Baroness Thornton, we're here at the state opening of Parliament. You yourself have been involved in this ceremony. What are your recollections?
Well, a member of the House of Lords goes to the palace to escort Her Majesty to the state opening on every occasion that we have Queen's speech. And it was my honour to do it 2 years ago in 2008. And I was in a carriage with Princess Anne, I think it's the second or third carriage back from the Queen's carriage. So it was a wonderful, I mean, I will never ever again have the opportunity to go to be in an open carriage and know this actually is rather like being in a boat. So it sort of bounces up and down. But to get there, I was failed by the government car service. So at 15 minutes before I was due to be in Buckingham Palace, I was in Trafalgar Square. So I actually ran the full length of the Mall to get to Buckingham Palace on time to join the procession, because I didn't want to be the first person in history, the first Baroness in history, not to have arrived on time to escort the Queen to the state opening of Parliament. And it's just a very splendid occasion. You come over with the royal party in the carriage, and what I hadn't realised is that there are military bands playing at almost every major junction. And then you come through into Royal Palace Yard in front of the House of Lords, and what you have to do as a member of the House of Lords is that you then get whisked from the royal carriage into a small changing room underneath the stairs at the royal entrance, and your robes get put on, your House of Lords robes, and then you get whisked up the stairs to join the procession as it comes out, as the Queen has been robed up, and as the procession starts, you then join the procession, in my case with my Chief Whip and Deputy Chief Whip, Lord Bassam and Lord Davis, who were in the most wonderful gold epaulets and hats and feathers and what have you, into the House of Lords. The Queen gives a speech, then you're back again, and then you're back in the carriage, and at that point I forgot where the carriage would be, and of course what they'd done was turn all the carriages around, so I nearly went and got in the wrong carriage, but anyway, it's alright. There are always people who stop you from doing things wrong. Back to the palace, and then all the military bands do an internal march past within the palace courtyard, so there's this wonderful military bands march past, and it takes place just for the benefit of the Queen and her guests. And then she gives you lots of a drink if you want, and then all have a drink, and it's very nice, and then you come back to but it was a great experience, which will only ever happen once in your life, and I enjoyed it enormously.
Well, thank you for that.